All right, we're about to make our crust for this 4-layer delight. Get this crust just right, then all 4 layers will be delightful. Very important that you get this crust good. What we're going to do here is we're going to sift 1.5 cups of all-purpose flour and 1/2 teaspoon of salt. We're going to run that through the sifter a couple of times, make sure we get all the knots out of the flour. Then we're going to add to this flour mixture 1 cup of chopped pecans and 1.5 sticks of melted butter. This is some coarse flour. It's not wanting to go through the sifter. I want you to get a shot of this. This is why you sift flour. You see all those lumps right there? Nobody wants that in their 4-layer delight or in their crust of any kind. So you have to mash those through. Get all that mashed through there. If it's too big to go through the sifter, it's too big to go in your crust. Always remember that. Get all that mashed through there like that. It's always good to do the same thing one more again. Dump that back in there. Should go through a whole lot faster this time. We've about got all the lumps out of there. Yeah, that looks better. Now once you get all this flour sifted, you want to put your pecans in there. And then you're just going to pour 1.5 sticks of melted butter, not margarine. Don't let me catch you cooking with margarine. Margarine is just 1 molecule away from being plastic. Don't be eating that. Get all that butter poured in there. Then we're going to make a dough out of this. With this melted butter, we're going to stir the flour into it till it makes a thick, gooey paste. Then we're going to transfer that to our baking pan. I got a 13 by 9 here that we're going to press this out into the bottom of. Then we're going to bake it at 350 degrees for about 20 to 25 minutes, and that's going to set that crust up good. Then once that cools, and once our other 2 mixtures are good and cool, we'll bring all this together, put some whipped topping on top of it, grate up a Hershey bar on there for looks, and then we'll eat some of it. And once you get that pretty much mixed up, you kind of get a ball of dough like that right there. You just want to put that out in your 13 by 9 dish. Get as much of it as you can out of the bowl because you're going to need all of it. I'm not real sure if this recipe's been around for a long time, and it doesn't really say what size baking dish to use. So I think I've used this size before. Now once you get this in there like that, get you a good spatula and just start smearing that out till you get it all on the bottom of your baking pan. It's not going to be very thick. Kind of get it pressed in there. It's going to look at first like you don't have near enough stuff, but just kind of keep working with it. It's not supposed to be thick. Just kind of keep smearing it around till you get the bottom of your pan pretty much coated with this crust. It takes a little bit of doing to kind of get it thinned out in all the right places there. And as this butter's melted, it's going to melt even more at first when it goes into the oven, and it's going to cause this to get kind of runny again, and it'll kind of seek its own level and fill out the bottom of that pan just about right. Just try to get it as close as you can. And see, when I first put that in there, you didn't think it was going to stretch that far, did you? I know you didn't. I can tell by looking at it. And now we've just about got it, see? Get that kind of spread out in there good. Doesn't have to come up the side, just on the bottom. We're going to put that in the stove, 350, 25 minutes.